Oh my gosh, I've been waiting so long for this film and it's finally here. Let's talk Blonde. Blonde is directed by Andrew Dominik and it stars Ana de Armas as Marilyn Monroe. This is probably going to be the most polarizing film of the year. You're probably either going to really love it or you're probably going to hate it with all of your heart. I am in the group of people that really liked this movie a whole lot, and let's talk why. Andrew Dominik's Blonde works more as a fact and fiction surrealist examination of Marilyn Monroe's mental state during her life and career. This does sort of feel like a David Lynch kind of film, in that it is super surrealistic and the images and situations may not be reality, but rather a symbolic puzzle, and Dominik is fitting in the pieces. The film was rated NC-17, and I'd say it definitely deserves that rating. This is a pretty hard to watch movie at times. It's very graphic. Be warned if you watch this that this is going to have some really disturbing scenes and themes. If you view this film as a cruel and exploitative film of Marilyn Monroe, I cannot blame you in the slightest. I can definitely see how that is the problem here. And although at the end of the day this is a mostly fictionalized movie on Marilyn Monroe, there is a lot of truth to the problems that her life had present in this movie. This movie is exploring the harsh reality that one of the world's most idolized movie actresses of all time actually lived. And I do think the film is showing Marilyn as the good person that she was, but couldn't always be because of her mental illness. And it's not showing her as a bad person because of her mental illness, it's just showing the difficulties that surrounded her life because of it. Ana de Armas is great as Marilyn Monroe. She really dives into the role and you just kind of believe her as Marilyn. You kind of get her spirit through Anna's performance. Andrew Dominik photographs Marilyn in such a loving and beautiful manner, and he contrasts the visuals of her with the ugliness and problems within her life and mind. One of the film's major themes is Marilyn really trying to fill the void, the gap in her heart, due to her father having left her at such a young age. So she's trying to find that male love in her life that would always be there for her, which is very sad to watch. It's pretty incredible and interesting to see Anna in scenes from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Some Like It Hot, and Niagara. They kind of superimpose her into these classic films, and I think that is a nice touch in adding to the realism that Anna and Andrew Dominik are trying to go with here. There is indeed a major shock value that I can see people having problems with. The film has no filter, it's just going to show it in the most graphic way possible, and Dominik does not handle sensitive topics with sensitivity or care, for that matter, and that can come across as dehumanizing or exploitative to Marilyn Monroe. In preparation for this film, I read The Secret Life of Marilyn Monroe by J. Randy Taraborelli, and the book hits on a lot of the problems plaguing her life as seen in this film, so I do think since it is fictional, it's important to realize that there are a lot of truths in this movie. It's showing her in all of her truths, in all of her mental illness problems and her daddy issues. So I'm trying to say, yes, I can see how it could be seen as exploitative to a lot of people, and maybe it is, but from what I've read, there are a lot of truths here in this movie, and Dominik is just not filtering it out for the viewer. He's showing it in the most shocking and graphic way he possibly can. One other major problem with the film is that it's too long. Maybe 45 minutes could have been cut out to make it a harder hitting and tighter experience, but nonetheless, I was still enthralled for all 2 hours and 46 minutes. I really love the cinematography in this movie, and I also love the fact that they remade a lot of famous older Marilyn Monroe pictures of her in her youth getting modeling jobs, so that was a nice touch to see in this film. This is not a cliche biopic in the slightest. It's pretty original, it's pretty shocking and graphic. You're just going to have to see it for yourself and make up your own mind, because I really don't think there is a right or wrong answer with this movie. I can see it going either way. It's not doing very well on Rotten Tomatoes. Got a 51% on the tomato meter, and the audience meter is not very good either, but I've seen a lot of people have high praise, and I've seen a lot of people just absolutely trash on this movie because of its thematic value. I really liked this film, if I had to give it a rating, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was really, really good. And if I rewatch it in the future, I can actually see my rating going down. But for the moment, I really, really like it. Please watch it for yourself and comment below what you think of it. I know probably everybody on here hates it already, but please let me know. If you want to see a more in-depth review, I wrote a letterboxd review. You can go there and read it and comment on that and tell me what you think there. But otherwise, thank you for watching this film talk, and please stay tuned for more film talks in the future.